Hey friends, welcome back to the Destination Baby and Kids YouTube channel. This is Gina. I am super excited. I'm going to go over that stroller you see behind me right there. That is going to be the Bugaboo Donkey 5. So this is going to be a video showing it going from mono to duo, so meaning growing from a one-child family into a two-child family. But there is also a version of it that's just for twins. So if you wanted to check out that video, I have that video as well. It's going to be the Donkey 5 for twins, but right here we're going to launch into the mono to duo on the Donkey version 5. So what are we looking at? Okay, so Bugaboo is sort of the gold standard for strollers. I do love to say that because they've been around since, oh geez, I think at least 2007. So a fair number of years. They've gone through a whole host of different products, but Donkey is particularly fabulous because Donkey is the first telescoping stroller that goes from one child and telescopes into a wider stroller for when you have two kiddos. So right now we've got it set up just for one, and as you can see there is a bassinet on one side, and then I have what's referred to as a storage tote on the other side here. This will hold 22 pounds. The under storage basket for the stroller will also hold 22 pounds. Each seat will hold individually up to 50 pounds, so that's very exciting. Now, when you buy it as a mono, which is what you see here, you're gonna get one frame for either seat or bassinet. You'll get fabric for a bassinet, fabric for a seat, and you will also get one canopy to use interchangeably, meaning that if you're using the bassinet, you use the canopy on the bassinet. Once you turn it into a seat, you use the same canopy on it when it's in its seat mode. So right now, set up for bassinet, this is going to be from 0 to 6 months or until a child is rolling and pushing up on their hands and knees. The stroller for a mono cost is going to be $14.99. And that does not include a car seat or a car seat adapter. Those are both sold separately. So right now it is ready for birth because as you can see, you get a lie flat mode in bassinet. This bassinet is overnight sleep certified. You can buy a stand for it with adapter clips. So you actually have to buy two separate things. Your cost on that would run you approximately $160 if you wanted to be able to put the bassinet next to your bed for overnight sleeping. These buttons on the Bugaboo, they're all white, which is great. Any moving piece is white, but they're also memory buttons. So I can press each button individually, pull the bassinet up, and bring it over to the camera to hopefully show you guys something that's very cool. The bassinet has a ton of ventilation. So UppaBaby is coming out with a new bassinet for their Vista stroller, and it's copying what you see here, where this whole panel is ventilated. It's probably hard to see because it's black, but it is open for air to move through, which is very, very cool. One of the first bassinets to offer this, and so we do definitely like that they are a trendsetter that way. And these kids get so hot, it's nice that they have that feature in the bassinet. So, as I said, it would come with one bassinet, but let's say you wanted to do car seat on it because you have a really little kiddo. They do make what is referred to as the mono adapter. So you can put one car seat on it at one time. How that would work is you take the adapter, you put it on, and then the car seat will clip directly onto the stroller frame. So the car seats that this will work with are NUNA, Cybex, Maxi Cozy, Kleck. Right now, I have you could even get Peg Prego to work on it. If you had the right universal adapter set, you could get it to work on it just like you see here. So if you want that reclining Peg Prego, or you wanted that reclining Cybex to go in here, both of those can absolutely work. So you see, we've got NUNA Pippa Air RX on here, looks gorgeous. Handle extension here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different positions, and they did indicate that the shortest is going to be 33 inches and your tallest is going to be 41 inches tall. So that's exciting information. 41 inches, I'm wearing platforms today, so for me, it's at a very nice height, which is definitely nice. I'm going to go ahead and remove the car seat now. One thing to be aware of with this product that Bugaboo sometimes gets consumers frustrated with them is that most of their products Moving forward, they've gotten rid of this, but most of their older products, this is an older style. You do have to remove whatever is on the frame in order to collapse the frame. This does not bother me. Now, keep in mind, I'm someone that's used to doing this, but you would learn it very easily. And again, I always remind my customers that you're only learning one thing. You're not learning how to fold and do 90 million different things. So generally speaking, shouldn't be too difficult. All we're gonna do is collapse the handle to its shortest. And I just moved white triggers on the side, white flaps, I opened them. There's 2 white triggers on the front with black buttons. I'm gonna engage those, and then I'm gonna go ahead and collapse the stroller just like that. So it does fold up quite easily, which is definitely a plus. We love that on any stroller. And I would argue, even though a lot of other stroller brands will fold with the seat on the frame, it's not a particularly useful fold. So if it makes more sense to put 2 or 3 small things in the trunk versus one enormous thing, I would always encourage you to use your head and to put a few small things in the vehicle trunk versus one large thing. So I get where people are coming from, where they would prefer if it did collapse with the seat or whatever still attached onto the frame. Definitely hear you, but I would argue that with a product like this for what it does, I would be happy to take anything off for the trade-off of what I would get from it down the road. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's talk about it. So again, we're gonna go ahead, open it up. You can make that look easier. Again, with my fancy shoes on right now, I don't want to risk wrecking them, so I'm doing it a little bit more cumbersome. But eventually kiddo's gonna outgrow the bassinet, and they'll wanna be out of the car seat. So at that point, you take the frame, and now you're gonna put your seat material onto the frame instead of the bassinet material. So as you can see, it's the exact same frame that the bassinet was using, but I'm not gonna remove all the stuff on it because it takes too long to show. I have this one set up ready to go. This is the stroller seat. So it's using that same frame, but just with different fabric that when you buy it, it is included. So that's not a separate purchase. We'll go ahead and sit the seat upright. And then obviously, as I mentioned before, it comes with one canopy between 2 separate pieces. So I went ahead and took the matching black canopy off. I had a different colored canopy on the seat because I'm showing it for twins later, and so I had to kind of preemptively set it up, but we'll go ahead and set it up this way now for my viewing audience, just to show canopy clamps on quite easily. And as you can see, when you line it up correctly, you get an insane amount of sun coverage. So that is, I mean, I don't know. Are they going to a funeral? This is like so saturated and so gorgeous. I love it. Okay, now again, side basket we'll put back on here. It does come with a rain shield included in the cost. I'm pretty sure. Is that what's in here? Something, yeah. Rain shield, that's included in the purchase price. And that car seat adapter that I showed, that's 70 bucks if you end up wanting that. So again, for the $14.99, the seat that you see here, you get that because that again is the same exact thing as the bassinet. We just took all the fabric off the bassinet and we put the seat fabric on the seat. I'm gonna go ahead and press those memory buttons, flip the seat around to parent face. So kiddo can face caregiver, kiddo can face out at the world, kiddo has 1, 2, 3 positions of recline in either orientation. So when kiddo is facing caregiver, we still have that huge sunshade. We're still able to put kiddo facing either direction. So obviously little kiddo wants to look at us, older one will want to look out at the world. So we'll go ahead and turn it back around. But one other thing about the seat that I wanted to show, it does have a swiveling arm bar. The seat depth is about 8 inches, 8.5. Your drop from knee to bottom is about 8.5. Your piece on the back is about 19, and then your width of the seat is 10.5. You also have this really cool release on the buckle, so we do love all of that. And then now we're just gonna go ahead and actually stop and come right back with you and set it up for mono and change battery because my battery is dying. So we'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Okay, so now we're back. We went ahead, hopefully I can sort this out, but I changed the batteries. So yes, so it has the awesome swivel arm bar. It's gonna have the awesome release, which we definitely love. Now, when we go back to the product, we'll show it expanding out into duo mode. So, we've got older kiddo now facing out toward the world. Zoom in on that a little bit. Hopefully we don't cut off my head, but if we do, so bad. Too bad, so sad. Okay, so now kiddo's facing out at the world. But if we have another child, how is that going to look? Well, that's what's so exciting about the product. We can grow it as our family grows. So let's say you have that 3-year-old and now you have a newborn. You've already got all the stuff that you're going to need to be able to utilize it, turning into a double mode with the car seat and the stroller seat. So we'll go ahead and flip this to be open. And this is what I was referring to earlier, saying it telescopes apart. There's 3 white arms that you open up, and then there's an additional white button in the center. This is what turns it from a 1-kid stroller into a 2-child stroller. So again, this is moving into duo mode. Duo mode for them simply means 2 children of different ages at the same time. So now, the seat that I had set up for my big kid, we're still gonna use that, and we'll go ahead and we'll put the car seat adapter on there as well. I do feel like this is going to be side specific, so if I screw it up, we'll go ahead and turn it around. Yeah, I think this is gonna go actually the other way. I think this kiddo should go here, and then I think car seat goes here. And that gives us our greatest distance between these items. So we'll go ahead and put car seat on like that. So now, as you can see, we've got 50 pounds in the 1 seat. We've got the beautiful NUNA shown here on the other side. This is the Pippa Air RX. But I've got my car seat and my stroller seat. And again, this was utilizing all the stuff that I already had with this system, so it wasn't like I was buying extra stuff. So I definitely love that. Now, this kid's eventually gonna outgrow the car seat. So what do we do at that point? Or let's say you wanted an extra bassinet. What you would do is you would buy the extension kit when you're ready. So the extension kit is an extra seat frame, an extra bassinet, an extra seat fabric. Because you already have bassinet fabric from when it was for your single stroller, you would reset it up as the single with the bassinet for your new baby, and then your older kiddo would be in the stroller seat. So again, it's basically like buying a second seat with a canopy and then using your original stuff however you want. You could do 2 seats, or you could do a seat with a bassinet. What you would not get is a secondary set of bassinet material. But like I said, it would come with the other canopy included in the purchase price. You can also buy it this way out of the box. So if you're like, hey, I have 2 kids of different ages, I hate my stroller, I want to get a Bugaboo Donkey, how do I get it so it comes with all the stuff for 2 kids of different ages? You would buy what's called the Duo instead of the Mono. So your Duo price point is going to be $17.65. Your Duo price point will include bassinet, 1 set of bassinet fabric, 2 sets of seat fabric, 2 canopies, pretty much everything you need to do 2 children of different ages. And then obviously, once this kiddo outgrows the bassinet, you would have the fabric to turn it into a seat like you see immediately next to it. So there's different ways to buy it when you need it. I forget how much the extension kit costs on its own. There is so much to remember here price point wise that it does get a little bit confusing. But again, you can buy it as a single, you can buy it as a double, and you can also buy it for twins. This has simply been the second part of the video showing it for Mono to duo. All right, if you have questions or you have comments, please feel free to leave them below. Please feel free to hit like. Please feel free to subscribe. If you want to buy this stroller, it is available on my website, destinationbabykids.com. I would love to sell one directly to you. Loads of color choices, really cool ways to buy it. If you do have questions, just message your email in. I'm happy to go over that with you more thoroughly. But does it warrant the high price point? Absolutely, because it's going to go from like 23.5 inches wide as a single up to, I believe it's 29 inches wide as a double. I'll double check that for you guys, but absolutely fabulous option for a growing family. All right, thanks for checking it out.